We're going to take you now to Pittsburgh, where federal prosecutors are speaking after a jury approved the death penalty for the 2018 mass shooting gunman Robert Bowers. He killed 11 people in a synagogue. Let's listen to what they have to say.
That morning. We are also grateful to the ATF and its valuable assistance throughout. Our team at the U.S. Attorney's Office has been working without interruption on this case since the day of the shooting. I have never seen an office come together in pursuit of justice and in support of a community like our office did in those early days. Every single person in this office, from lawyers to paralegals to legal assistants, worked together to make sure that this case was investigated thoroughly and that the defendant was held accountable for his crimes. Victim witness specialist Adrienne Howe has dedicated herself to supporting the victims in this case and making sure that their statutory rights are respected. Adrienne's work is a model for how to build and maintain trust between prosecuting offices and the victim community. We are so fortunate to have her here in the Western District of Pennsylvania. I also need to recognize the unwavering dedication of my trial partners and colleagues from the U.S. Attorney's Office, Assistant United States Attorneys Troy Ravetti, Sue Song, and Nicole Vasquez-Schmidt, as well as trial attorney Mary Hahn from the Department of Justice's Civil Rights Division, and trial attorneys Barry Disney and A.J. Stewart from the Department of Justice's Criminal Division. Finally, I have to acknowledge the victims. This case, at its core, is about the victims, the ones who are no longer with us, and the ones who have so bravely and gracefully carried the trauma of that day every day since. This case has always been about those who survived and those who bear witness for the 11 who did not. Joyce Feinberg, Richard Gottfried, Rose Mallinger, Jerry Rabinowitz, Cecil Rosenthal, David Rosenthal, Bernice Simon, Sylvan Simon, Dan Stein, Melvin Wax, and Irving Younger. The victims and family members have been a constant source of support and strength throughout the long road that has been this case. They have been a valued presence in the courthouse every single day since the jury selection process started months ago. They have testified as witnesses in this trial. They shared their loss and pain, and their strength is an inspiration. The formal sentencing hearing will take place tomorrow. Victims will exercise their statutory right to speak, to share the impact of their losses, to describe how the defendant's crimes have impacted them and their families, and then the judge will impose his formal sentence. The evidence in this trial proved that the defendant acted because of white supremacist, anti-Semitic, and bigoted views that unfortunately are not original or unique to him. Sadly, they are too common. Our Constitution protects a person's right to hold repugnant beliefs. But our Constitution also protects every person's right to practice his or her faith. And when people who espouse white supremacist, anti-Semitic, and bigoted views pick up weapons and use them to kill or to try to kill people because of their faith, our office and our partners in law enforcement will hold them accountable to the fullest extent of the law each and every time. I want to acknowledge Christopher Ragland, Assistant and Acting Police Chief from the Pittsburgh Bureau of Police, who's standing here today. And I'll now ask Assistant Special Agent in Charge Christopher Giordano to make a few remarks on behalf of the FBI.
Thank you, U.S. Attorney Olsham. Today marks the end of one of the darkest chapters in this city's history. Nearly 5 years ago, members of the Tree of Life, Dor Hadash, and New Light congregations had their lives changed forever. They were going about their normal Saturday routine when the sound of gunshots rang out. One hate-filled individual shattered their time of community and reflection by killing 11 congregants, wounding others, including responding police officers, heroes, running towards the sound of gunfire to protect those in need. For the last several months, the families who lost their loved ones and the community have had to relive every second of what happened that day. Today's verdict will never bring back the 11 members of the synagogue who were killed. But to those families who lost loved ones, I hope today allows you to close this terrible chapter and continue moving forward and continue healing. I know that's a hard ask, and nothing may ever bring you complete closure. But please know, we are here for you now, just as we were then, and we will continue to be here for you in the future. Victim specialists have worked with the impacted families since day one, and our work does not end with this sentencing today. I would like to thank the jury for their time and diligence throughout the trial. I know this process has been difficult. And lastly, I want to commend the work done by my FBI personnel, the assistant U.S. attorneys, the Pittsburgh police, and all of our partner agencies who put in countless hours at the scene that day and every day since preparing for this trial. I have never been more proud to be an FBI agent and stand in the shadow of my case team and the entire partners up here for today's verdict. Unfortunately, what happened at the Tree of Life Synagogue was not the first attack at a house of worship, and it hasn't been the last. I want to assure everyone that the FBI will keep doing everything we can for the people who need it most in our most vulnerable communities and in every community across this country. We are more than just special agents, intelligence analysts, and professional staff at the FBI. We are part of these communities. We live in these communities, and we serve in these communities. And I want to make one thing perfectly clear. Hate has no place in our community. We will stop at nothing to keep our community safe. Again, I hope today brings some comfort to those impacted by this terrible crime and to our communities. As we work to heal together, I want to remind everyone that no one can do this alone. We need your help to stop these types of attacks. We need your partnerships to move forward. We are all in this together. Thank you.
All right, we've been listening there both to the FBI, the U.S. Attorney in Pittsburgh, discussing the death sentence verdict against the 2018 synagogue gunman who killed 11 people.
Now, this was the worst anti-Semitic attack in U.S. history. The killer's guilt was never in question. His lawyers did not put up a defense in the trial. They had wanted to spare him the death penalty, but the jury unanimously voted for capital punishment instead.
Now, a federal judge, and you heard this referenced during that press conference, will impose the sentence tomorrow. More importantly, the victims' families will have the opportunity to make impact statements before that sentence is handed down.